Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Here's one single tip that I'm going to get into right now about how to stop beating your meat. Let's get straight into it. Now, it is just 3 steps. Step 1, the goal. So what is the goal, right? Like, you want to stop watching porn and beating your meat. That's the goal. You want to stop this addiction. You got this goal, but what are the steps needed? What are the steps you're going to take to actually beat this addiction, to actually achieve this goal? Reducing the amount you watch, understanding the triggers, etc., 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 X, Y, and Z. Now you understand, you know what you got to do. But the final step, step 3, is the most important part of this whole thing, of actually changing and not relapsing. So changing and sticking with that change. And that's the identity shift. That's the identity. Shifting your identity to somebody who isn't addicted to this stuff, right? Because right now, this addiction, the reason why it's so hard to actually quit, why it's so hard to actually give it up and you always go back to it, is because it's still part of your identity. So once you understand that and you're self-aware about that identity, you can then shift your identity to someone who isn't addicted to watching porn and beating off. So it will make it a lot easier to actually quit and phase it out of your life when it's not actually a part of who you are. From the top. Step 1, we got the goal, to stop watching porn and beating your meat. Step number 2, the system, the steps needed to actually get you to that goal. And the last and final and most important step, the identity change. Let me give you an example for that. Let's just say you're addicted to smoking cigarettes. If you're trying to quit and you're out and about and someone offers you a cigarette, you might reject it by saying something like, "Oh, no thanks, I'm trying to quit." It's very easy to miss, but just listen very, very closely to the next example. Someone offers them a cigarette. "Oh, no thanks, I don't smoke." It's a very, very small difference, but it's everything. That small identity change is what makes or breaks it, right? What makes you just be able to move on with your life without having it always coming back and like relapsing over and over again, and have it just phased out. So those are the 3 steps of change, how to actually elicit change, how to stick with that change, and so that you don't go back to it and relapse. You got to have your identity change. You have to have that change of identity where you're not that thing anymore. It's not part of who you are, so that you're able to go phase it out of your life and you don't relapse. And it's not, it makes it a lot easier to be self-aware and just distance yourself from it and be like, "Yo, that's not me anymore. That's disgusting. That ain't me." You got to have that mentality. So I hope that really helps you out. It helped me out tremendously when you're able to just disconnect yourself from that thing. You know what I mean? Because we make it so part of our life, make it so part of our identity. We do it every day. It's a habit. So of course it's part of who we are. So we got to understand that's not who we are anymore, despite doing it over and over again or whatever. It doesn't matter how many times you do it, how many times you relapse. It's not part of your identity anymore. Anyways, that is one tip that you can use to stop addiction, to beat any addiction, not only just porn and masturbation, but any addiction. It works well for everything, and it also works well with building positive habits as well. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.